Is Brock Lesnar returning to WWE? Plus, a challenge was made for NXT Stand and Deliver, and an AEW star teases a long-awaited comeback. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So we haven't seen much from Brock Lesnar as of late. He was scheduled to be part of the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 40, according to reports. However, all those plans were scrapped when he was named in the 67-page court document from Janelle Grant with allegations levied at Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE over trafficking, assault, and emotional and physical abuse. Now, following speculation that Brock was removed from WWE.com, we thought he was, didn't we? Yeah. Either way, he is still there. It led to some conversations about whether or not he would be back, and Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio has shared an update per his sources on Brock's status.
Yes, he said, in the last few days, there have been some moves regarding Brock Lesnar. There are movements to bring him back. I'm not saying he's going to be back. I can tell you that there have been inquiries made, and what that means, we will wait and see.
I wonder where that all began, the fact that a lot of people were very convinced that Brock was off the website.
Yeah, I also wonder, it feels like they very quickly as well, just sort of recorrected they got Bron Breakker in there, didn't they, to do some of the stuff that Brock was reportedly supposed to do, like his stuff in the Rumble. And I wonder where he would fit within everything at the moment, because obviously we see the Intercontinental Championship stuff happening at the moment too, with the gauntlet and everything that's gone down. I'm assuming, because wasn't it that Brock was going to do some stuff with Dominic in the Rumble and then into Elimination Chamber? I assume Dominic will probably have some other stuff going into WrestleMania at some point as well.
There was the innuendo that it would be Brock and Gunter at WrestleMania for the IC title. Mm-hmm. But obviously that's not happening now. Yeah. Brock Lesnar also removed from the WWE 2K24 game, at least from the main roster. You can play as him in the showcase mode. He's there.
Also in the My Rise mode as well, in the men's story mode too, I believe, right at the very end.
So he hasn't been pulled. He couldn't be pulled completely from it.
Yeah.
All of this comes up, we say, in the wake of the lawsuit levied at Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE from Janelle Grant, and it's in this lawsuit where they talk about a former UFC heavyweight champion who was involved in the trafficking aspect, certainly, of what allegedly went down with Janelle Grant and Vince McMahon. Hence why he's been very much off the scene at the moment. We'll keep you updated on it at cultaholic.com. Last night, NXT gets us set for Stand and Deliver, and we've had a challenge thrown down for Stand and Deliver, haven't we?
We sure have. Trick Williams officially threw down a challenge to Carmelo Hayes to a match at NXT Stand and Deliver. Williams agreed that Hayes wasn't on the same level as Williams was, and he promised to pay Carmelo back for everything that he'd done over the last 2 years. Trick, however, was then interrupted by the Metaphor, which turned into Trick fighting them all off, except, however, Lash Legend, who ended up having a big old snog with Trick Willie instead in the middle of the ring, and he beats up everybody else, and there you go. They are a real-life couple. I was wondering why this was a thing. I looked it up afterwards. They are a real-life couple. I believe they've not sort of mentioned it on TV beforehand, so this is the first sort of airing on TV of that. So yeah, I'm excited for Trick and Carmelo Hayes, because it's been building for a long time, all this stuff that's been going on. I feel like the rivalry has been very, very good and very, very fun. And Stand and Deliver feels like the right place to do it too. With it being like the NXT show before WrestleMania and WrestleMania weekend, feels like a big blow-off, big place to do it.
What a wonderful random sidestep, just to have the Metaphor get involved with it now. And Trick and Lash on telly having a big old kiss. Just as you don't go shopping when you're hungry, Shawn Michaels, you don't write wrestling when you're horny. Because that's what happens. Because you get at the end of the night, the closing moments, these two gorgeous individuals.
You get Noam Dar in the ring, and I was like, oh my God.
Tell you what. We also saw on NXT last night a lesser spotted low blow DQ finish to a women's match. So we saw with Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm some low blow shenanigans during their match. Yep. They're very few and far between in women's competition. But last night, Ariana Grace low blowed Gigi Dolan where the ref was distracted, and Gigi did that face. And then in anger, Gigi Dolan gave Ariana Grande Grande? Ariana Grace. Different woman altogether. Give her very own punch up the bracket. And she did that face.
She did indeed do that face.
The face you do when you bite on a chip that's just a bit too hot. And the ref DQ for low blows. Now, as a result of this, Gigi will get a makeover from Ariana Grace per the steps of the match. Gigi went onto Twitter to confirm that yes, it does hurt to get punched in the fanny.
Yes, which also means bum in some places. So not in the bum, in the vagina.
It gets hurt to get punched in the bum.
Yes, it does as well.
But also punched in the fanny.
Yes. Again, as you were saying, it is a lesser sort of a lesser seen spot, especially within WWE as well. So yeah.
Is fanny a banned word in the YouTube on the UK? Will we be all right with that? We'll be fine with that, won't we?
We'll be fine with fanny, yeah.
They're all a bunch of fannies anyway. Now, we had an AEW star whose eye was drawn by an eye magnet to a moment on Raw on Monday.
Yeah, so I'm assuming everybody has already seen this spot at this point, but Candice LeRae laid into Maxine Dupree on Raw, obviously in shocking fashion for some, bringing up Dupree's brother who passed away in a car accident, saying, "It's a good job your dead brother isn't here to see what an embarrassment you are," after she was about to hit a worm. Christian Cage,
Not
however,
literally hit a worm.
Not hit a worm, but the maneuver,
What
the
are
worm.
you doing, Maxine?
Christian Cage, of course, whose current persona obviously revolves around mocking that those who have deceased relatives, commented on Twitter saying they all want to be me.
Yeah, that's he's very in vogue at the moment. Just to mock dead relatives is Christian Cage. Now, I will be intrigued whether they do lean in on it and it's just Candice LeRae just becomes the WWE equivalent of Christian Cage, mocking people with dead relatives.
I mean, she certainly could. I think that would almost get too many comparisons there, though. If she did, however, do that, I think it is just obviously facilitating her heel turn, isn't it? Back to the poison pixie lass.
Yeah, it was an interesting line to use because I was like, because obviously Candice just chewing out Maxine. I thought, oh, this is good. She's a heel. Yeah, and your dead brother would be embarrassed. But I went, oh, okay, fair enough. Well, obviously it would have been a line cleared by Maxine Dupree before use. And obviously, it's a product that wants to dance a little close to the edge of the lightning bolt by you doing stuff like that. I feel like the outrage, the reported outrage, is greater than the outrage itself in this occasion.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, obviously everyone's got opinions on it.
Yeah,
but I would have thought all the parties involved would have been okay with it. But I feel I'd like to know what you think in the comments down there. I might read them. We'll end on some more AEW flavored news. A star that is teasing a long-awaited comeback. Dr. Britt Baker, we've not seen in flipping ages.
September of 2023, I believe.
Jeez. She was at the SXSW panel and she was asked if she had big plans for the year. And she says, yeah, I do. Just growing as a wrestler and a performer, learning what works and what doesn't work. With all the new talent coming in and new talent I get to work with, and the new coaches, the new people coming over from WWE, new brains and minds to get to pick, you really doing yourselves a huge disservice if you're not constantly asking everybody around you for help. That's a knock on Hangman Page. The help in AEW is growing and growing. For me personally, I can't wait to get back in the ring, have a mic in my hand, and cut some promos.
Oh, spicy.
Stay tuned. Are we going to get like Master Shooter, Dr. Britt Baker?
Kind of really like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing her back on TV. I know obviously I believe she's had like minor back injuries, and obviously with everything that's happening with Adam Cole and his injury too, that's got to be keeping her busy as well at the same time. I'm excited to see her back because I feel like she herself does have things to say. We've seen her like sort of go off on Twitter a little bit and allude to, some people are getting more time and I wish I had a little bit of time. And I'm excited to see what she does. I think it's going to be exciting when we get Mercedes, obviously, in AEW too.
No, that's just Sean Ross Sapp made that up.
Oh, okay.
Not even really. Sean Ross Sapp is going to look so stupid tonight when Mercedes Moné doesn't turn up. Sean's going to look so silly. I'm going to fight him in real life.
Whoa, wow.
I just decided to start calling out people last night.
Why not?
I'm going to fight him IRL.
Why not?
If she doesn't turn up, Sean, I'm going to fight you IRL. Meet me in Baltimore. I don't know why Baltimore. It's just nice. But no, all jokes aside,
Yes.
Mercedes coming in adds to that. What's actually been, and I know we've given a lot of grief to the women's division in AEW for a long time, and they're still not quite perfect, but there's been some real great strides and momentum there. Real progression there.
Absolutely. Agreed. And, a lot of people talk about Britt Baker, her being one of the pillars of AEW. Actually, I know we talk about the 4 pillars, but a lot of people have her in the conversation of that too, and sort of, having a big star like Mercedes come in and maybe Britt Baker being like, hello, I am one of these here pillars in this here company. Let me show you what we're all about, kind of thing.
Let me show you what I do. That's it. Twitch tonight, 6 p.m. GMT. It's more Football Manager goodness up the Swans. Definitely Owen. Not sure, maybe Jack. Maybe. Do you know what? You're going to find out at the same time as all of us. 6 p.m. Jack's fine, by the way. 6 p.m. GMT. Catch Jack, Owen, maybe Jack and Owen, and maybe a combination of the two.
Definitely Swans, though.
Definitely the Swans.
Definitely Swans, though.
Definitely the Swans. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.
Fanny.